Hello everyone, this is Garrett and this is Amnesia, a machine for phones. And apparently I was crouching, and the last time we played we did stuff and now we're going to continue doing things. Boom.
Quickly, Mantis, find the entrance nearby. The children weep in the darkness and the floodwaters continue to rise.
Man, it'll be a shame if that was actually timed rather than not actually timed, considering I am taking my time a bit saving my children. But there's notes I have to read. Like July 15th, 1899. In order to facilitate assimilation of tissue groups, a compound is required or the cells will not bond. Disposal of non-bonded subjects must be immediate and using incineration or it risk continuous animation without form. This is unpleasant. A simple compound of 1 part Brandenburg infusion vitae to 1 part orgone monad disperal fluid is sufficient. This can then be administered intravenously to subjects following reassembly to maintain bonding. The compound is unstable and highly light reactive. Once in the body, the Schumann lamp can be used to activate the compound, but outside the body is highly corrosive. It can even destroy small quantities of metal. So don't touch the piggies, because they are made of acid once they are changed. And that would be bad. Ooh, man, I have the longest arms. I would not suspect to be able to reach these things from all the way over here, but apparently I can. I have a very, very tall character. Even though I can see my arm quite clearly as it's holding a lamp, but maybe it's just not my fully extended arm after all. So what's going on here? Oh god, I hate these things. Not so much these, like these strap things, but more the armrests which turn around like that, because you can never really get comfortable in them. They're just pretty horrible. This really is a horror game, adding these things to the equation. I am seriously trying to get the thing into the thing, but this is like the single worst. This is just like how it is in real life. These things are impossible, but not this impossible. Like, oh my god. And then I keep walking into I give up. This is not meant to be. This is not meant to be at all. Can I touch that one as well? Yeah. That one won't even reach. Like, come on. Like, if you're seriously going to strap someone in here, this thing can't even make it to the other side. How do you think you're going to, like, strap someone in? They would have to be as flat as paper for this to work. Man, you guys don't know what you're doing. You guys need to learn some restriction schools from me. What is it that I just wrote down? Ooh, sabotage. Bruised and battered but alive, I've survived the saboteur's best efforts. He and I are now locked in an epic struggle, but I am driven to find my family and I will prevail. Ignore the madness about me. Do not consider what cruel and unspeakable acts have been committed here. Find a way to build, drain the flood, free your children. Was probably what was written down when I fell down the elevator. Maintenance access. There's clearly another passage beyond the locked gates. It seems I have a choice of approach. The padlock is old and firm, and after that fall I cannot summon the strength to break it open. Perhaps I can find another way. Perhaps there is a single item in this general area which I can interact with, then throw at the lock. What does that sound? Is that a fly or something? I can't tell where that sound is coming from. Man, this lamp. Man, if you really want to see someone, this is the way to go. Where is that sound coming from? It's like it's coming from... I don't know. I don't know where it's coming from. It sounds like it's somewhere over here-ish, but not really. Weird. Ooh, a skull. What an odd thing to keep in a cupboard. But then again, I'm not the one that chooses where things are placed. Like, we can make things wiggly. Very good. We have found a tap dance machine. So tap dancers may tap on even after death. Even after the cold hands of death has grabbed the tap dancing man, they can continue to dance until the ends of the earth. Very good, very good. Tap dancers rejoiced that day, and found themselves bellowing with joy Every single day of their lives. It doesn't look like there's really anything here that I can use. It's like they never really intended me to go here, but I went there anyway because it had potential. However, this potential was immediately destroyed the moment I tried to activate the potential beam. Oh, nope. Oh, I fell down. I nearly made it as well. I nearly made it there. And oh boy, howdy, that would have changed everything, yo. That would have made some changes to the world as we had seen it today if I could go there, but sadly I failed, and I'm too lazy to climb all the way back up. So, instead we're just going to continue. What does that say? Holding pens? That's just great. Low temperature storage. And a button, which I cannot push, for I have no hands. Most unfortunate. And likelihood of a note. There is most likely a note somewhere. Oh, there's glasses. What? No note? Really? Not gonna place a note next to this nice little desk and lamp and whatnot? This will be a good place for a note if you ask me, but no. Not gonna place anything of use here except for this little machinery, which looks kind of like one of those old Incan temple thingies. You know, in case you need one on your desk. I've always needed a desk. Thanks, sounds. I've always needed a desk-sized Incan temple, Aztec temple, something or another temple. A lot of temples in this world. I'll go to the holding pens. I'll go to the low temperature storage thing first. I'll go to the holding pens a little later. It seems like that would be a place where I want to go later rather than earlier. That was great. That was very good. I didn't actually have control over my character as that was happening, so I kind of figured I wouldn't die there, unless this game is very very rude. And just kills you when you can't control your character. Well, that did a thing. This looks like one of those old mail systems where you would get a tube and then it would like come out the end here. I wonder if I could get something here using this. Probably. We'll see about that later. I guess I'm probably gonna have to go to the holding pens first, but let's see what this is. A warning. Inflamed it is, burning it does. Bleeding from each hole, fore and aft, leaking down my legs, blood and excrement, my lungs are in my vomit, I pass clots of my organs on. Now on to the filthy stone. Drink this, he says, and I drink it. I did do that, because of the changes. They ripple inner me, my teeth squeeze out and scatter like mice in the dark. I cannot find them all. Gather what I can, push them back into my gray gums with my fingers, but the nails are all weepy and falling out. Drink it, he says. It'll help the running of the fever, because not us all can take the change. On the other table, a beast under the blanket. I never wanted to see under that, but he drank it too. He passed it under the blanket, and I heard it drink. Dear God Almighty, how can a man shit so much blood and still live? Man. You gotta think. Who would go through that and then go, I'm gonna write a note about this. I'm just gonna quickly jot down a little memo for a future reference. Would rather not have this happen again. Let's go. Well. Oh, got a thing. Oh. I guess this is the thing I'm gonna have to put in the other thing, isn't it? Oh. OMD or PWO? Kind of hard to say, really. One or the other. Let's see if we can put it in there. That went surprisingly easy. I wonder if that went to the holding pens or anywhere else. I don't know. Plunk. I could have sworn I didn't close that door, but oh well. I'm sure it'll be fine. It's interesting how, like, when the lamps break, my own lantern breaks as well. I didn't think it would be on the same power circuit, but apparently it is. Not really sure how that works, but, you know, I'll go with it. Also, I do wonder where I actually am. Huh. That could have been bad, I guess. Oh, there I am. Because I went through there. Somehow I ended up here. Can I still move this door? Like, I obviously don't want to, but, you know, I was curious. If it would be possible. And I guess this is number 1, and I'm guessing number 2 is going to be in the holding pens. Also, this game is a lot nicer about doors. Because in the chasing sequence in the original Amnesia game, you would also have doors you would open and close, but this one just closed pretty much on its own, rather than requiring any input from me, and that is considerably easier than it was in the original Amnesia. I have to wonder, though, like, the temperature things were there, and then the holding pens were there, and that leaves me with 2, but there's 3 openings to this thing. And I'm pretty sure they're all empty except for the one I just entered in there. So I'm just going to quickly check upstairs to see if there isn't one that I missed over there. Because I wouldn't be overly surprised if...
It fell onto his hands and they eroded in front of me. To stumps. To stumps. Next time we will use an equal mix of infusion vitae and orgone disperser. No, just take him out. You can dump him in the river for all I care.
Man. Flashbacks to a not very friendly person is what's going on right here. Because that is not a very nice thing to say about a man who just lost his hands. Then again, I guess he had different things to worry about at the time. He seems like a very troublesome fellow. Also, that box is slightly floating. There's like a pixel of floatiness there. And it bothers me. I am bothered by these extrapolations of lies. There's a bunch of things here, but I don't think I can interact with any of them. This is probably going to be another case of find the thing. Just like it was with that coal, but there you go. I'm sure the third one will make its presence aware to me the moment it becomes relevant. That will never cease to amaze me. The cure to tap dancing has finally been found. Finally, all people can tap dance freely, even when they do not have function in their legs. All people will dance blissfully aware of how free they are, while being trapped in the lightning of electricity. Okay, I'm going to the holding pens because this is not really working out. And I don't think that number 3 is anywhere I can get right now. Maybe it's just going to be somewhere else. Oh, actually, no. No, I thought there were 3, but there isn't. Maybe, I wonder, actually. Let's just quickly look at this. This says, OMD, I guess. Let's quickly look at our notes for a moment, because I'm pretty sure there was something about a thing. There's one part Brennenberg, one part argon, then can be administered to blah 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 recently to maintain bonding. So it's one part one thing, one part another thing, and then I guess I can mix. Well, okay, we'll just see what happens when we go into the holding pens. I think that would be a good idea. Just go here first, and then we'll worry about other matters. It does feel like there's a lot of potential for things to be here, and a lot of little hiding spots for you to hide in. And then there just isn't really anything. So you just kind of continue and ignore the hiding spots, I guess. And I wouldn't be overly surprised if the holding pens contain a loose creature. Do not startle or upset the acquisitions. Still think that's a bit of a rude statement, but there you go. Calling someone an acquisition has never really sat very well with me, but I guess these were the early 1900s. This is just how things went back then. Do not fear, do not worry. That is just how people called one another. A locked door. Probably unlock later as we run away from yet another creature found in this area. Most likely. Most indubitably, Sir Watson, we say as we continue through the dark corridors, filled with invisible walls. We can probably squeeze through here if you wanted to, because it's not that hard, but sadly our little man is not interested in going my way. He's only interested in the highway. So that seems like a place where I could run. Okay. I guess we're not jumping in this one. We jumped in one previously to get to another area, but that's not how we're gonna roll today. What are those noises? You're making it sound like experiments are still being run, when quite clearly that is seemingly not the case. Note, August 20th, 1899. Took delivery of another batch of imbeciles today. They are the serious specimen of humanity I've ever seen. No one asks where they'd go to. The authorities of Bedlam are simply happy to reduce their overcrowding in their teeming, stinking halls. We measure their skulls, check their teeth. We give them laudanum to pacify them. They wait in line, livestock, dull brown eyes, and filthy skin. Many soil themselves as they wait. Into the manipulator they file in silence. I hear the hissing of gas. I hear the dull groaning as teeth are removed, as bones are reset. I hear the pigs screaming. We have removed all the mirrors. After the process, it is their reflection that troubles them the most. Afterwards, when they sleep, I walk amongst them, my children. I whisper to their dreams. You are my children now. I have children once again, and your forms imperfect will be the engines to make my own blood flow again. That is a very poetic man. He knows how to write a good story. And I was briefly worried this would be a teddy bear I could not interact with, but fortunately, that is quite simply not the case. This teddy bear can be moved, and as such, move it I shall. But it also seems like there's not really much else going on. I am quickly just checking out every single other object in this area just to make sure that I cannot indeed move any of them, because if I can move even one of them, it is most likely that they are going to be used to solve a puzzle of some description. But unfortunately, Mr. Teddy, or as we will call him now, Jonifer, is the only person that I can interact with this day. Come where, Jonifer? You and I are going on an adventure.
Place it in the corner. What? You think I speak Prussian? Do I look like an inbred hog, sir? Who gives a damn what it contains? Just set it down carefully and leave me be.
He really likes his pig metaphors. It's like he's lived all his life to come up with the most perfect of pig metaphors. And now is his time to shine. This door was not noticeable previously. That worries me. I'm leaving my bear there for now. Oh. I guess this is the... Oh, there's a door behind me revelation, rather than going, oh, this door's locked. Oh, there's a door behind. Well, you know. That door is pretty stealthy. I'll give you that. I'm not really sure why I didn't notice it before, though. Weird. Oh. Ah, a piggy. A stealthy piggy, but a piggy nonetheless. I'm pretty sure these piggies are... No, I can't move the pig heads. To see that they are in fact masks, which can be worn, if one so desires. However, I have no real desire of wearing a pig mask, even though it would probably give me some protection to the strange pig creatures we are encountering this day. Hello? That's bad. I'm sure hoping that he likes teddy bears. Also, it's so dark in here. I can't really see anything. So I'm hoping he's not there anymore. That's my strategy. Hope and believing in absence. Because otherwise, I'm gonna put this down. I don't think I need to bring Jonifer with me this day. Jonifer, the finest of the bears. I don't think he is any more required anymore. Although, I don't know. It's mean to just leave him here. I'm just gonna... You never know. Maybe he can work as like a decoy or something. You never know, right? You never know when little Jonnifer is going to become big, strong Jonnifer and fight off the pig demons. You never know when Mr. John will be Man John Dude Guy and fight off the evil creatures that have been lurking here for far too long. Plus I can use him to move barrels, and that is great. Because I don't think there's really any other way of moving barrels, and as such I'm going to roll this one down the staircase. Cool. Without Mr. Jonnifer, I would have been unable to do so, because my character only can use hands to pick up usable things. And bears. Bears and chairs and usable things are the only things that can be picked up by little Oswald here. Not really sure if my character name is Oswald, but I'm going to call him Oswald from now on.
The lift has been sabotaged. You will have to find another way to the tunnels. Take care in this place, Mandus. It is the crucible of the evil that stalks these corridors.
The Crucible of the Evil. That is not a nice name for someone. Did I write any journal notes about this at this point? Yeah, there's some. It's some form of bizarre mixing device for chemical compounds, and it positively reeks of the foul fluids I've seen too often before. It is clearly a compound, some volatile bastard of two composite ingredients. I should wager I would find them close by. It's interesting how he knows that it's of two ingredients, considering there were 3 openings for possible ingredients. But I guess his amnesia is wearing off or something, because, yeah, wasn't entirely clear to me just yet, but there you go. He knew. I guess he wrote that journal note thing and then just made the connection. Although I don't think I read that note of the journal before I even got to that thing, and I think he wrote a note down probably around that point, so I guess this guy's either his amnesia's running out or he's psychic. One or the other, really. I mean, they're both very possible options. Seems kind of weird, though. Maybe he never had amnesia to begin with. Maybe it was all a clever ruse. A thing to keep the children at bay as he played with his teddy bears and got them stuck inside everything. Like this. Wow, he just goes straight through there. I wonder if I can get myself through here using the teddy bear. Probably not, but it would be pretty great. Like, I can just push him right in there. It's very strange looking. Oh, now he's stuck. Okay. Can I do that with walls as well? No. You can't go through walls. You can go through little closets, but not walls. The things we're learning are of vital importance. Actually, maybe that's why you can't interact with, like, so many things in this game, because in the previous Amnesia game, there was this bug where if you rolled a barrel into yourself while you were standing next to a wall, you could just go through it if you did it correctly. And I'm wondering if to just fix it, they just made less things interactable, because it did cause some interesting issues here and there. But there you go. What do I know, right? I don't know anything. I'm just playing with my bears, whose arms are kind of clipping into themselves. Well, that's a teddy bear for you. Don't play it with for too long, otherwise it gets conjoined into itself. Yeah, that's usually how it goes. A lot of different potential. I'm guessing that will just kill me. And I don't think I've died yet, so I might as well just stay a little bit careful. Emergency shutdown in place, but I'm just gonna make the odd assumption that this will probably hurt me. And that I can't balance over this. Oh, what? I can. Huh. Interesting. So this is just downstairs again, so I kind of didn't want to go all the way down there. But mashing space is getting me over it. That's also another thing that worked in Amnesia sometimes, where if you just run into something and then just mash space a bunch, you just eventually just jump on it, which is pretty great. And I'm curious if this would work. He sounds like he's pretty unhappy about it. Let's see if we can just nudge the edge. Oof. Man, that effect still exists. Everything's red. How do I get there again? I think the stairs were over here. I do hope that it becomes less red again after a while, because that was unfortunate. Stay there, bear. I'm guessing you are going to become relevant later. Maybe I'll just move these barrels in the way in case a monster's going to chase me through that. Maybe I can stop him with the barrels, because I'm guessing he probably can't move barrels either. That's going to be my experiment. I'm going to put some barrels in the way, and if anyone tries to chase me through here, Jonathan will have saved me. Because Jonathan is a good friend of... Okay, sometimes barrels disappear, but then they come back again. Nothing to worry about, guys. Nothing to see here. Just disappearing barrels that reappear again later. It's just, you know, viewing angles and all that. Will you stop screaming? I'm trying to move a barrel here. This is very... Man, this barrel is becoming very hard to see sometimes. It's like they never intended that barrel to be specifically there or something. I don't know. Very odd. But, you know, we're learning. We're learning about safety. We're learning about the safety of barrels and how they can protect us from day-to-day activities like pigs. And yes, a pig is an activity. You do not need to question this, because it is actually entirely true. Pigs are activities. There you go. That'll do. It's a shame it fell over, but, you know, what are you going to do? Hope it doesn't happen again. That's what we're going to do. Still a bit confused about how the lamps work in this game, but, you know, triggers and all that. Oh, I can see the shadow of my bear. Didn't notice that before, because the shadows are oddly hard to see in this game, because everything's blue. But oh well. Let's keep on going. Surely only happiness awaits us. Like, I see something happy in there. It looks like blood. Yeah, that's just very unsettling, really. Something about children that makes them unsettling. Probably the fact that they're children. I'm not being very nice to children in this playthrough. Not being very nice to babies. I know. Hey, it's my children. Cool. But I'm guessing they already disappeared again because they just seem to kind of run along. Oh, and this was actually an entirely closed gate. And there's blood everywhere. Oh, child Billy. August 4th, 1898. Wow, that's a year ago. More experiments with Compound X. Took the dog and injected it with after the expected convulsions and spasmin, it just died after midnight. I immersed the body in a large tank of Compound X and introduced an alternating current by induction coil for a period of 3.5 minutes. Partial return was induced. However, damage incurred prior to death was retained upon revival, meaning the dog continued in the acute states of poisoning until I put a bullet in its skull. But drowning? Perhaps, yes. It is, after all, known to be the kindest of suicides. If one were to drown, replacing the fluid in the lungs with Compound X should theoretically be perfectly possible as a revival method. I also wouldn't really call it the kindest of suicides, but there you go. That's just another story for another day. Oh. I guess running through there made the badness go away. Good job, barrels. You have saved my life once again. I'm not sure if this bear is making it more or less creepy the way it's just constantly looking at me right now. I'm probably going to say more. But I'm keeping it here anyway, because all I have to do is hold the left mouse button. I'm up here now. That's actually where I wanted to end up as well. Huh. So I told you when I said being there would lead to happiness. Problem is, never actually got the thing from the holding pens. That's unfortunate, because I'm pretty sure I probably won't be able to use this now. Yeah. Well, back to the holding pens we go, because we never actually did anything there. I guess that would have been a good thing to do first, but oh well. Let's just hope nothing's gonna go wrong as we go through here a second time. And it appears that as... No, there's sounds now. More sounds, at least. Which is rather unpleasant, but oh well. Oh yeah, this was the I can't tell if it's following me or not. Then those hiding spots would make more sense if you have to go through here a second time. But so far it appears the answer is no. And I must have missed something here, because, well, there's another one of those pipes and it seems to go here, so I would imagine that there is a thing here which I can do stuff with. The thing is figuring out exactly where it is. That is the problem we're facing right now. Someone sabotaged the elevator. You're gonna have to find another way down, is what he told me. And another way down is exactly what I'm going to find. But for that, I need to find a way. I do remember it saying that the chemical was rather acidic in nature and therefore could probably be used. Oh. Well, then. Yeah, I guess. Okay. Well done, me. Well done. I am a master. Oh well. Well, we found the thing. It was kind of hard to miss. I'm not really sure how I missed it, but there you go. That's just how the world works sometimes. I kind of don't want to jump down here just yet. I kind of want to see if anything happens when I'm over here. And if I can go here. Ooh, I can. It's kind of redundant. And this, thinking about it, this is probably an easier way. Huh. Well, I guess if you would somehow notice that you could go through here, you would just get stuck because of all the gas that's pouring. Although you could probably just jump down, couldn't you? I'm curious now what would happen if you do this first. And just kind of nudge your way over here, and then everything's cool and dandy. Like, what would happen if you'd come here before, like, going through the other way? What would happen to the game? Would it just get confused or something? Very strange. Oh well. Something worth investigating later, I guess. For now, we're just going to continue. The thing is... Oh, cool. Up. I feel I shouldn't be here right now. I feel being here is bad, but oh well. Well. Oh, this is, I guess, where it's... Yeah, this is where it ends up. Okay. That makes sense. That's why there's 3. Heady brew? Heady? I don't know. I have the compound. It hisses and steams in its container like a living thing. A witch's jelly to burn and corrode. The container is made from glass, a strange choice unless there is some particular reason why the metal that pervades everywhere cannot be brought into contact with the so-called Compound X. I should investigate further for clues. Please don't fall down the moment I... Thanks. Thanks, game. That was very nice of you. So, part of me wants to use it on the elevator. Because obvious reasons. And part of me wants to just throw it over here. Well done. And I guess that part of me is 1 because it just instantly broke the moment it touched it. So there you go. Come on. Come on. You know you want to. This should be enough. Shouldn't it? Is there something I can stop making that noise, please? You no longer need to tap dance. This world is free of your tap dancing needs. Actually, do I need to put light on it? Yeah, there we go. I do remember it saying that it reacted to light after all. And it did. Stop messing with my lighting, please. It's very disconcerting. Each and every time. Faster, faster! Man, these children just keep running away from their dad. It's like just, that's how they play games. Run away from daddy, kids! He's gonna get you. And that was the game they played. Run away or you'll get turned into a pig! Woohoo! That seems dangerous, but I jumped down anyway. This leaking world. Find the rhododendrons and seem to be taking over the garden by the wall. Or that actually says and, not fine, but there you go. I could dig them for you. No, get out of this house. You leave them be. There's a lot of things being said by this game. That probably make more sense in context. But the context is lost on me. Very sad. And that particular sound is why I thought it was going to be a bit dangerous. And that particular sound is why I'm going to take a little break, because I'm thirsty. So, I hope you enjoyed it so far, and next time we play, we're going to continue in this general direction, where we might find more of our little children people. Bye-bye.